Being intimidated by difficult customers, ignoring their behavior, or tiptoeing around the situation is not healthy or productive, and in most cases, it doesn't even lead to customer satisfaction. In this segment, you will get 6 field-tested strategies for assertively responding to anger, strategies that have been proven highly effective for getting irate customers to back down. First up, apologize. An apology makes the angry customer feel heard and understood. It diffuses anger and it allows you to begin to reestablish trust. Not only that, but pilot studies have found that the mere act of apologizing has reduced lawsuits, settlement, and defense costs. You need to apologize to customers regardless of fault. Certainly, the apology needs to be carefully worded. Here's an example of a sincere yet careful apology. Please accept my sincere and unreserved apology for any inconvenience this may have caused you. My second tip, kill them softly with diplomacy. This simple phrase has never failed me. Clearly, we've upset you, and I want you to know that getting to the bottom of this is just as important to me as it is to you. When you say this, anger begins to dissipate. You've addressed the anger directly and non-defensively, and you haven't been pulled into the drama of the attack. And here's a fun tip. Go into computer mode. To use computer mode, you take on the formalities of a computer. You speak generally, without emotion, and you don't take the bait your angry or difficult customer is throwing you. Your words, tone, and attitude are completely impersonal and neutral. Think of the automated response system you speak to when you call your wireless phone company or bank. This computer mode response deflects, diffuses, and disarms angry customers because you don't add fuel to the fire by giving your difficult customer what they want, and that is an emotional reaction. When you don't take the bait, the difficult customer is forced to stop dead in their tracks, and that means you regain control and confidence. Let me illustrate computer mode. Let's say your customer says, "You don't give a darn about customers. Once you get a customer locked into a contract, the service aspect is over." While it may be tempting to fuel the fire with an equally hostile response, such as, "What's your problem?" Don't take the bait. If you do take the bait, the situation will only escalate and nothing productive or positive will result. A computer mode response might look like one of these statements. People get irritated when they don't immediately get the help they need. It's very annoying to experience a delay in service response. Nothing is more distressing than feeling like you're being passed around when all you want is help. And then you stop, like a locked up computer. No matter how uncomfortable the verbal abuse is or how ridiculous it becomes, continue to respond without emotion. This tactic works because it is neutral, it doesn't take the bait, and because it is unexpected. The difficult customer wants to throw you off, make you lose control, and then get you to respond emotionally. When you fail to do each of these things, you actually regain control. Go into computer mode the next time you're faced with verbal abuse from an irate or unreasonable customer. And I promise you, you'll quickly regain control and you'll have fun with the process. All right, next up, give this question a shot. Have I done something personally to upset you? I'd like to be a part of the solution. Of course, you know you haven't done anything to upset the customer. You ask this question to force the angry customer to think about his behavior. Often, the mere asking of this question is enough to get the ballistic customer to begin to shift from the right brain to the left brain, where he can begin to listen and rationalize. Next up, show empathy. Empathy can be a powerful tool used to disarm an angry customer and show that you genuinely care about the inconvenience the customer has experienced. Expressing empathy is also good for you, as it helps you truly begin to see the problem from the customer's perspective. And this perspective will help keep you from losing your cool when your customer gets hot. By letting customers know that you understand why they are upset, you build a bridge of rapport between you and them. Here are some phrases that express empathy. That must have been very frustrating for you. I realize the wait you encountered was an inconvenience. If I were in your shoes, I'm sure I'd feel just as you do. It must have been very frustrating for you to have waited 5 days for your order, and for that, I am sorry. And finally, here's a tip that works like magic. Show appreciation for the difficult person's feedback. After your difficult customer has ranted and raved, you can regain control of the conversation by interjecting, not interrupting, but interjecting to thank them for taking the time to give you feedback. Here are a few phrases you might try. Thanks for taking the time to let us know how you feel. Thanks for being so honest. We appreciate customers who let us know when things aren't right. Thanks for caring so much. The reason this tip works so effectively is because the last thing your irate or unreasonable customer expects is for you to respond with kindness and gratitude. It's a shock factor, and many times you'll find that your customer is stunned silent. And this is exactly what you want. When the customer is stunned into silence, you get in the driver's seat and you steer the conversation in the direction you want it to go. The next time you find yourself the target of verbal abuse, deploy these field-tested techniques and you will create calm, maintain control, and I promise you, you'll be far more effective.